Labels. Labels are words that describe things. We use labels all the time to refer to things. Words like tree or house, it's part of language and how we communicate and make sense of the world. But when it comes to people, labels can be problematic. Labels can be useful as a rallying point, a political term for fighting stigma or oppression. And words can be useful for describing and explaining a concept or experience to those who don't understand. When learning to understand ourselves, though, fretting over labels can get in the way of clarity. Let me explain with sexuality. Really, sexuality is pretty simple. If you like them and they like you, then it's all good, as long as you're both living human adults, of course. As for the type of relationship or sex that you need, that is something you can negotiate with each other, and it might change from person to person or at different times in your life. No need for labels there. Of course, words like gay, bi, pan or asexual can still be useful political labels. And words might still convey useful concepts for discussing types of relationships people might not be aware of. A similar approach could be used for gender. But it is harder to disentangle gender from the labels and words people use around it. A good starting point might be examining how you feel about clothing and makeup, or how you feel about your own body. Those things are easy to be clear about and have clear but not necessarily easy solutions. But there is another dimension to gender which is harder to be clear about without getting caught up in labels. One way might be to find that quiet, still place within and figure out who you really are as a person. Then figure out how you feel about the perceptions and expectations of others around your gender. And how you feel about your name and about pronouns. In a way, you can do all this thinking without worrying about what labels to use. I think clarity is very important. Much more important than what words you use to describe yourself. Of course, if you face stigma and oppression, then there are communities that can help support you, e.g. trans or non-binary. And words can be a useful way of explaining and describing concepts or ideas you might have around your gender. But I think it's most useful to think of labels as words to describe things, or political banners to rally under, and not as things to fret about for their own sake. Thanks for watching.